was about that time. And I finished it too. And I did some writing. I would say today was very successful. So then. Oh dear. Oh, yes, so. It is time to go raid. Where is my studio? Okie dokie. So I did some things today. And who am I raiding? I think I am raiding... Alright, so I'm raiding... Oops. So I am raiding... Sable? Alright. Alright, so that was that. Thank you for hanging out with me for a short while. And I hope you all have a good day. I'm off to go eat something. I haven't eaten dinner. Wait, I am raiding Sable, right? Right? Hold on, let me just double check to see if Sable is on. Sable. Alright, let's raid Sable. Alright, hi Erin.
Hey all. Thanks, BM, for the raid. Carol. Carol? For the raid. Carol. Carol? How do you pronounce that, Carol? For the swarm, yes, for the swarm. Like Lewis Carroll, okay? Carroll, so Mark Carroll. Nice. So how is everybody today? We need music. I like this car chase music. This fast stuff. You're off to get dinner. That sounds good. I would, but I'm streaming. I just brought dinner home. Now I'm streaming. So I eat later when it's cold. And so, anybody expecting to get any work done tonight? Cantankerous Crazy Canuck from Canuckleville. Talk to you later, Carol. Time to get some done in the next hour so you can crash and finally catch. You'd say from Canada. Cantankerous Crazy Canuck from Canada. Kenora. Kelowna. If you said from Kelowna, you'd only be like 50 kilometers off. Just right mouse. Yeah, because she's... Good enough. Cantankerous Crazy Canuck from Kelowna. Kelowna is spelled with an E on the after the K though, but close enough. Y'all want to get some writing in? Okay, we'll do a 10-minute sprint while we wait for Diane. Timer set for 10, 10, and go. Wait, so how did everyone do anyway? I got nothing accomplished, but I did get some medication into me. Good thing. A medicated Erin is a good Erin. Yeah, as far as Author Goddess and Sable go, they're like fast friends there, Barbarossa there. They always have fun when they get together. They'll talk up a storm. She didn't even get off the channel with her till 5:15. So stream ended at 4. Yeah. So is everybody writing, or is everybody not here, or is everybody sleeping, or what's going on? I guess everyone's watching the vice presidential debates. Ah, you fell into the art reader rabbit hole. I hear ya. Am I doing okay? No, I've got a really bad tickle in my nose. I think I got a cat hair up my nose. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that. I'm doing much better now. You know, 3 times the cats, 3 times the cat hair. We're thinking about getting a puppy too. Puppy, I don't think is a big shedding type dog though, because it's like, what is it, Kelpie Pity, isn't it? I think. Yeah. I wouldn't know if I am the best, but I am awesome. Yep, I'll agree with that. I have no ego either. I am the most humble person you have ever met. I guarantee a million times more humble than anyone. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. Yep, complete free and package. That's right. Well, let's check out who I relieve here. Who's relieving me? Oh, coffee. Awesome. Ah, Dan Stretch, thank you. Thank you very much, man. DM Stretch just subscribed. This is the one that they did earlier on Diane's stream, but their other sub just ran out now. Well, thanks for the sub, mate. Hey, look, somebody who speaks the Queen's English. They used the proper your. That's a really strange feeling when you're expecting Coke and get coffee. Just popping in when the clothes are in the wash and you put them in the dryer and go to bed. Okay. You want to do some word sprints or you just want to hang out? Yeah, yeah, I was watching the stream earlier. It was pretty awesome. It's like everybody was subbing and throwing bits. Technically later today, eh? Well, after Siobhan's stream. Yeah. I technically have a stream later today, too. And like, I'm not sure. 20 hours, something like that. Currently, what, 2 p.m. Where is that? No, 10 p.m. 8 hours. 8 hours from now. Yeah. Yeah, people were just throwing bits at Sable. She's throwing so many bits, you'd think she was pole dancing or something. What kind of books do I want to write? I want to write role-playing game books. Yeah, she is cool. She does. Heathen. My cat is destroying the place. One of my cats. Oh, she's got help from the other one. Yep. Carolverse, yeah. Yeah. We have an HDV. Fight, I hate peace. Yeah, I figure the further away the camera is, the more multitudes of sins it hides. I gotta get coffee because I'm already falling asleep. Liter of cold brew. 7 times the caffeine as regular coffee. Who needs energy drinks? Good old-fashioned caffeine. Sorry, my cats are just trying to kill each other. Okay. Shall we get some work done? That's awesome, man. What'd the Amazon delivery guy do? Yeah, you can ask me GM questions anytime, Barbarossa. I'll put on a sprint and then I'll answer them. First, I want to hear what this Amazon guy did to earn the wrath of the stretch. Tried to ram it through your door, like opened your door and tried to push it through? Or tried to push it through the mail slot? Can I recommend any? Jesus Christ. Can I recommend any game systems? I can always recommend Pathfinder, first edition, right? Right? It's a lot like D&D third edition, right? It's a good first step away from 5e, right? Because a lot of things will be familiar to you, like attack bonus and armor class and strength, dexterity, constitution, stuff like that are all going to be familiar concepts to you, right? So that makes it easier to learn, right? And it's got much more expansive rules than D&D 5e does. Hey, Egon, how you doing, man? And basically, it's like a very complicated version of D&D 5e, right? And I recommend it because it's really highly adaptable to fit into varying worlds. My mic's a bit quiet. Is that better? Why does my mic change friggin' volume? I don't change volume with it. Is that better? Okay. How does that sound, or is that too loud now? Okay. A little too loud, a little too loud. Okay, how's that? Better? Okay. Okay, that's good. All right. Because I have my speakers up loud. Holy shit. Have my speakers up to hear me talking on the quiet mic. And okay. So, we're going to start a sprint here. Not a 10-minute-er. We're going to talk 15-minute-er here. 15 minutes on the clock. Sprint to your heart's content. Barbarossa, I'll answer your other questions as you type them in at this point for 15 minutes. Alright? Go ahead. And my recommendation to you is Pathfinder. I'm doing great, Aegon. Crick in your neck is better than having a cricket in your neck. Yes, and how is Aegon tonight? Got a cricket ball in the neck? That would suck. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. I got a cricket ball in the groin once. The only time I ever played cricket. Okay. There, wrote a sentence. There you go. What's that? My top of my bald head or something? Hail hydrate. It's actually caffeinate, but she doesn't have a caffeinate on there. She should put one on there for me. Oh. I didn't change the headset, it just fell off because my ear was itchy. What does it mean when your ear's itchy? So you have other questions, Barbarossa? I put aside this time to answer them for you. Who is my favorite musical artist? I don't know. Do I have a go-to, babe? Do I have anything? Like, I used to listen to Metallica, but I haven't listened to them in years. Oh, what question did he ask? System other than 5E, I already answered that one. Let's see. Maybe AFI, I think might be my favorite musical artist. I like Judas Priest, but they're more just a like than anything. I know who my favorite musical artist is. Glenn Danzig. You watch the VP debate. Yeah, no, it's a very hard question. That's 2 hours you're never getting back. You know that, right? You're never getting those 2 hours back again. You are 2 hours now closer to death, and you did nothing with them except watch Kamala friggin' Harris and Mike friggin' Pence babble at each other. Real dark hours tonight. So Pence won the debate. Yeah, I figured he would, actually. He's a better debater than Harris. Harris is a moron on the debate stage. Who am I working on? I am still working on Selnar. Picture of the elf on the screen. Selnar is his nickname. Selnaris is his name. For new players, are you going for a long-term game or a one-shot? Well, what you do in a one-shot is you let them play whatever they want. Somebody says, I want to play a Pixie. Let them play a Pixie. Right? Because it doesn't make any difference, and it doesn't need to make sense. Right? You know? Right? And have I ever played Call of Cthulhu? Yes, I have, and game mastered it. Back in 3rd edition. They're up to 7th now. It can be. In the same way that Paranoia can be a fun game. But, as I say, if you want to do a one-shot, just let them play whatever they want to play. Right? Try and encourage them to play some normal stuff like an elf or a gnome. Right? But if they really want to play a dragon, give them a minor dragon character to play. Right? Or play a half dragon. Right? You shouldn't be playing a one-shot adventure with new players at first level anyways, because they will die. And that will not encourage them to come back and play. If you have a new player and some experienced players, then that might work. But if they're all new players, play them 5th to 7th level to start with. And be prepared to hold the hand of the wizard. And remind the cleric to heal. Okay, you got one experienced player. How many inexperienced players? That's the end of that sprint. We'll go back to the dog train. Four noobs and one experienced player. Yeah, encourage them to play stuff out of the player's handbook, but if they really want to play a fairy, let them play a fairy. It's not going to hurt anything. Hey, Darth, how you doing, mate? Okay, I'll shout out to Brianna Healy. Shout out to Brianna Healy. There you go. Check her out. You got a few minutes before dinner? Well, that's good. A Catfolk Rogue and a half-elf Warlock are just fine. Right? Let your experienced player play something that's going to be able to be the party leader. Because you're going to want them as the party leader. Yes, aka Siobhan the Writer. Check out her streams and support her channel. My first character was a mage. Well, actually an elf, because there was no mage at the time. Just elf. Elf was a mage. Right. As a matter of fact, I even have a picture of him. I'll show you. He looks like that. Well, that's good. You've been talking to the experienced player. That's... yeah. Yeah, in the very first box set, actually. The wooden box set of Swords and Sorcery. Had 4 little pamphlet books in it. They were a class guide, a class and race guide, sorry, an equipment guide, a game master's manual, and a monster manual. They were all like pamphlet sized. And I wrote up an elf named Selnaris. Alright. And I still have the character. Brogan, King of Oswin. Okay. You're working on an NPC in your world. Oh, yeah. You really don't know what to add to him, though. Okay. Well, he's a king, right? Is he a king by his own hand, or did he inherit his crown? King by conquest or king by heritage? Like, did he kill the previous king and now I'm king, sons of bitches? Wow, that's a pretty old game, actually. First edition Talisman. That's back in the 80s. Maybe, no, 90s. Long time ago, though. Early 90s. Right? Okay, so if he's king by his own hand, if he went, hey, you bitches, I'm in charge now, he's got to be a tough fucker. Right? He doesn't have to be physically more powerful than anybody else, but he does have to be tough. Like the kind of guy you just don't want to mess with. Yeah, 80s, okay. A Storm Herald Barbarian or an Eldritch Knight. This is 5th edition. Okay. Storm Herald Barbarian, you're going to get Shades of Conan. Eldritch Knight. Yeah, that works. Eastern European feel, eh? Yeah, I must stretch. Go with an Eldritch Knight. There's no way that a Stormheld Barbarian is a fair ruler. There would be very segregated societies if you had a barbarian as a ruler. Tribalism, after all. Hey, no worries. Thanks, Stretch, too. He is in there, too. Anytime I can help, you know I'm here to help you, man. Yeah, his full title is because you're a huge nerd, eh? Alright. I had a character in the game who was introduced. How did that go now? His undying presence, he to whom all must bow, death himself, the Lord High Reaper. And he was a nice guy who adopted orphans. Am I listening to it? No. I'm concentrating on the stream. Why? Is there something that I'm missing? Oh, really? What did I say? Do no harm, yeah. Oh yeah, let's start another sprint. People gonna get some work done? Do some harm. Yeah, I have like characters who claim to have made the Hippocratic Oath, claim to do no harm. Okay, get some sleep, hon. I swear to do no harm. Psych. You fell for it too. Nobody believes me that I'll do no harm. If they did, they'd let me have a gun. But they don't let me have a gun in this country. anymore. When I was in the Navy, they let me have a gun. Yeah, I swear to you, no harm that anyone can prove.
So you're gonna do some writing sprints tonight, or you're gonna shoot the shit all night?
I was just asking you. What are you doing?
Sitting in the tub so I can do some writing sprints.
Okay. People keep coming into the chat.
It's a nice casual stream. It's not our usual plan.
Yeah. One of my favorite characters that I ever played NPC-wise was Rex. Rex the Kobold. Rex the Kobold shows up sooner or later in most of my games. Rex is a monk. A high-level monk. Right. And he likes to reward people who are nice to him. Rex.
Ah, yes.
He's a good life lesson for people. It's a really great life lesson for murder hobos. Because murder hobos go, hey, look, a kobold, let's kill it. And then the murder hobos get the hell beat out of them by my lawful good kobold monk. So he doesn't kill them, he just beats them to unconsciousness, takes everything they own, right? Leaves them in a loincloth, and leaves. A dude in the yawning portal, eh? Yep. Yep. I had one character when the party was getting overwhelmed by lizard men, claim I'll hold the door and let everyone else go through it, and stood to hold off an army of lizard men. And did it. Alright? They insisted on dicing out the battle. So I put aside the time and I diced out the battle with them, and they managed to kill over 100 lizard men with a, I think he was 6th level at the time, character. Yeah, he just had real great dice luck and full plate armor. And that player was Siobhan. Oh yeah? That's pretty cool. Okay, it's writing sprint time, I think, if Stable's in the tub. Are people ready to sprint? Okay, you have a great night there. Stretch, I'm off in half an hour anyways. Okay, sprinting away. Once I found my mouse. 15 minutes is on the clock. Let's go. Well, not the most wonderful, but I did do 83. Oh, you need battle music? Okay, I'll give it to you next time. I did 83 words. Let's find some better music. Don't need you anymore. Off steam. Nah, this ain't good. This is slow too. Just a second, guys. Sorry about that, gang. That was my mom, and I always take calls from my mom if I can because my mom is not in very good health and isn't going to be around for very much longer. I hope your sprint's going well. She's doing good. She bought herself a new car today. Well, traded her car for a newer car. Ah, 2014 Ford Fusion. So what you working on, Bolt? Cleaning up the Alliance article, uh-huh. Right on. Want to throw it up on screen and we can run it through the thing? Oh, just not totally happy with it yet. Okay. Okay. Throw me a link and I'll throw it up on screen and we'll read it out in chat and people can hear it while they're doing their stream. While they're doing their... Okay. We have the flock. All voices heard, all intentions tested. Motto of the flock. Like wrapping of gauze around the seeping wound, the flock has been the solution for the consistent bickering between the varied collection of independent Rogbo tribes. Called into action when internal issues grow beyond the scope of a single clan, the flock seeks to find resolutions with as little bloodshed as possible. Rogbo, among the earliest savants, intelligent spirits with human-esque levels of sentience. Okay? To inhabit the after, Rogbo are bird-like creatures whose wings more closely resemble that of a cloak. Vibrantly colored, when viewing these spirits at a distance, it's easy to mistake them for flickering flames. Interesting. Neat. Combative by nature. Discussion and resolution of an issue is like suffering through a disharmonious symphony of chittering avians is what you want here. You need an S here. Right here. Where the loudest voice is to speak is often the one to be heard. Unlike a traditional democracy, the will to push an agenda is considered more important than the number of individuals interested in doing so. When a tribe escapes resolution by words alone, the voices of the flock will harmonize to call for a trial by flume. Right? The act of combative democracy, where the intentions of those involved in debate transcend words and become actions. Lines are drawn, sides are chosen, and judgment commences. In a literal trial by fire, the barbed tongue is traded for a blazing explosion, erupting into a gladiatorial contest where the last one standing is declared the victory. Interesting. Corvling Elder says, long before your manifestation, the tribes of old were nearly wiped themselves out and almost took all of existence with them. The fighting was so intense it has irreparably damaged the landscape. Not that I would expect anyone outside of the tribes to know such fables. Life within the after can occasionally be chaotic, but nothing compares to the destructive violence which arose during the appearance of the Sophons, the first spirits capable of intelligent organization. Embattled tribes of Rogbo would frequently skirmish to secure territory and vitally necessary essence of aether. In a period when both became increasingly uncommon, tempers erupted into calamitous event called, simply remembered as, the Shattering. Okay. I no longer exist. It shall be us, or it shall be nothing. Chroma, the first Vifrayer. In the wake of the world splintering carnage, only the tattered remains of the tribes really only had two diverging courses of action: to put out the fires or to finish what they started. On the brink of true finality, a Rogbo named Chroma brokered a cease in the violence. Weaving together the frayed remnants of the tribes, Chroma bound the last of the Rogbo into one unified collective, the first flock. Council. Structure, a council of wills. Unlike a traditional democracy where initiatives with the most support are what wins, initiatives are. The strength of passion will often warrant greater merit. Overseen by a tribeless judge known as the Vifrayer, this honored spirit serves as an impartial voice in defense of the interests of all Rogbo kind. Answering the call. Acting as a quasi-embodiment for the will of the entire flock, the Vifrayer is connected to the braid of all tribe members. Due to this connection, those within the network may instinctually find their way to the place of judgment, a valuable trait as most meetings seldom occur in the same place more than once. Locus. Powerful spirits capable of manipulating the braid to fantastical effects. Using aether as a catalyst, Rogbo will ignite this latent energy to shower the adversaries in flame. Revered as incredibly strong locust, the Vifrayer is capable of destructive action beyond the means of a single Rogbo. Having access to the aether stored within the entire network of braid of the tribes, the Vifrayer enforces the sanctity of the trials and ensures judgments are carried out accordingly. Among pillars of Zloi. Nested deep within the labyrinths of the Zoylands, the flock often rests high above the plains. If you're thinking plains as in the plains of the United States, that's AINS. Plains, this is like plains of existence of the surrounding landscape. The tribe arrive to the nexus of the meeting. They'll often self-collect into separate camps upon large crags and pillars of stone. Together they will nest with those of the same tribe or similar ideology. Then the shouting begins. Valuing personal liberties, Rogbo don't often agree about the correct course of action. It is not uncommon for tribes to splinter due to disagreements in leadership. This mentality tends to carry into the debates themselves as discussions quickly escalate into displays of whom can yell the loudest before exploding into an eager calls for the trial by flume. Trial by flume. In active combative democracy, when the words fail, a trial will be called to settle disputes between two or more opposing Rogbo tribes. When a trial is called, locusts from their respective clans take to the field to compete in a heated debate, in quite the literal sense. To those outside the cultures of the flock, the trial appears to be a duel of flames, gusts of fire, trading from pillar to pillar, a horrific display of raw power. To the initiated, it is a contest of conviction, a debate given physical form, harsh, violent, empty words traded for pure action and raw conviction. Believing that the strongest will is directly correlated with the most justified course of action, as little as a single individual may attempt to make their case in defiance of an entire host of tribes. Utterly eclipsed by opposition, solo success during a trial by flume will be difficult, but not impossible. Should this single Rogbo prove victorious, their intentions shall be deemed the best course of action, and shall steer the fates of the collective flock. Trials by fire. Normally initiated between two collections of tribes, opposing contenders will take positions upon parallel towers within the region of the Zloilans. When every member of the prospective tribes has taken their positions or cast their lots, the trial begins. Accessing the energy stored within their tribe's braid, the loci participating draw aether to them. Like oversized candles, this excess of power becomes immediately apparent as towers upon which they perch ignite in flames. Within seconds, quick bursts of this heat are traded from pillar to pillar. Stillness of the air is broken with the shattering of rock and the war cries of Rogbo. The objective is simple, not objectives. Only one objective. Remove your opponent from the pillar upon which they are standing. Manage to blast the opposing side from their perch, forcing them to flee or incapacitating them entirely will net a victory for the last tribe member standing. By the act of winning their trial, any matters at hand will cede to the victorious party. 3 objectives of trial. Remove your opponent from the pillar. Alright. Weak footing shows a weak foundation of character. 2. Force your opponent to flee. One so quickly to abandon their ideals is not to be trusted. 3. Incapacitate your opponent. Those of the strongest convictions will be willing to live and die by their creed. The shouting erupts of the canyon of stone pillars. Tempers are flaring up between the members of the Flame Eaters and the Chroma's Veil. As the protests of Chroma's Veil, groups of Flame Eaters... At the protests of Chroma's Veil, groups of Flame Eaters have been openly operating as mercenary detachments engaged in raiding. The Vifreyer has stepped forward and motioned to call for a flume. Loci have already begun collecting together. Should you connect the braid to the braid of either tribe, your support may be just enough to affect the final result. Let the trial begin. The trial of flume. Cool. This is a cool article. Click begin the trial, okay. Neat. Yeah, that's an excellent article, Bolt. All right. And I didn't catch that you'd said that, but you could give more description of the different tribes. That is something I think that you could do. In your descriptions at the beginning, right? You give a description of what a rogbo is, right? And then some stuff about the tribes themselves, but not what they look like, not what these creatures are. It's not very clear. Yeah. No. Because I do everything from a role-playing game perspective, right? What I would want to know is what's going to make me want to play a flame eater as opposed to a veiled, a chroma veiled, right? Or a carveling, right? What's going to make me want to play a different tribe of this? Or what's going to make me associate myself with that tribe, right? Even in a book situation, right? People will naturally gravitate to one tribe or another, right? I like the interactive element at the bottom. I think that's interesting. You should be more clear that it is interactive, like click here on it or something, right? Yeah, I'm definitely going to like this article. Okay, well, it's past time, so shut up. Okay, I'm going to check and see if coffee's on, and we'll go raid coffee. Yes, I think the interactive element is very clever. Coffee is on. She has no viewers yet, so we're going to go raid her because she needs viewers. Hey, no problem anytime. Raid them, yes. Sorry, I keep mistaken because I've never seen them. Right? So I don't have a face to a voice which is very feminine. Yes. Alright, you have the raid control there, Sable. Remember, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm on again at... What time? Time. To look at the map. Technically, I'm on again in like 8 hours or something, but... Right with Erin is on tomorrow at... What time is that? Come on that stream. 3 to 5 tomorrow. I am on. 3 to 5 p.m. And yes, don't forget our raid shout. Our raid shout is prepare to be boarded. We are the Sable's privateers. And we will all see you guys next time.
Nope, it's prepared to be boarded. Ah, it's Sable's. Whoops. So first of all, would you be able to do something like that? And second of all, how much can I pay you for your art and expertise? Hey, iCast, long time no see. How have you been doing? And hello, Erin. Yep. I'm gonna put up some new rules underneath my channel too. Like, if you're gonna keep making a space uncomfortable for people, I'm just gonna ban you. The Alliance article ended today, yes? Or will end today? Oh, it ends on the 10th! Oh, crap. I had already kind of given up on it, like, I think I missed the deadline. Well, that's something I need to be working on. Yeah, no, Mystic, if you're here, I'm actually quite sure you will be able to handle it. Hey, Erin, why are you a bad friend? And of course, the mighty Sable. I know no one can see me, and that's perfectly fine, but just to let you know, Sable, I took off a hat and kind of extended myself into a bow. Okay, awesome. Then I do want to, oh dear. I would like someone with